Meanwhile, new overnight, attorneys for President Trump have filed motions urging a Florida judge to dismiss the case, charging him with illegally holding onto classified stuff. His lawyers argued, quote, President Trump made this decision while he was still in office. The alleged decision was an official act and, as such, is subject to presidential immunity. What does Gregg Jarrett, Fox News legal analyst, think about that? Well, he's joining us right now, live in South Carolina. Good to have you, sir.
Good to be here.
Okay, so the former president says, hey, that stuff's mine, and I had the authority.
His best argument, and he cites this, is the Presidential Records Act, which does give a measure of custody and control to former presidents over records, including classified documents. And in fact, that was the long-standing legal opinion of the Department of Justice in the Bill Clinton case, and it was endorsed by a federal judge. Suddenly, when it's Trump, all that goes out the window, and they raid Mar-a-Lago and charge him.
Right. So what happens? Anything?
Well,
the trial's still on for what, May 20th?
As far as the classified documents case, Aileen Cannon has decisions to make. I think the fact that he's also yet again raising immunity may incentivize the Supreme Court to actually take this case, which is they haven't agreed to take it yet. But now that it's in two different cases, Washington and Florida, they may decide to do it. The other interesting challenge here is that the special counsel is illegitimate. Similar argument Hunter Biden is making, because it violates the Appointments Clause without Senate confirmation in the Constitution. So there are a variety of issues that Aileen Cannon's going to have to hash out.
Okay, so that case is in Florida. Let's talk about the New York civil trial case where he was found liable for like close to $500 million worth of stuff. The judge has rejected a delay, and they want the money. So what happens?
The judge is wrong to reject the delay. I mean, the amount of money here is so outlandish and bears no resemblance to any measurable harm which the law requires that the judge should grant a stay for a bare minimum of 30 days to allow Trump to appeal. But this is a judge who, and I watched him carefully, wore his anti-Trump bias on his sleeve. For goodness sakes, he found Trump liable for fraud before anybody ever testified in the case. And, of course, the lenders said, we weren't defrauded, we weren't deceived, we made a ton of money.
So, Greg, they say, okay, the state wants the money. They want the fine money. And she, the attorney general, has said, you know, I'm willing to liquidate some of his property. She would sell it at a fraction of what it's worth, essentially just to get the money back. And maybe that is part of... You know, Ainsley mentioned this a moment ago, and it's a great point. Maybe that is a way that they're trying to get at him, sell his prized possessions off at fire sale prices.
Unless the appellate division of the Supreme Court, which is the trial court level, issues a stay on their own because it is such an outrageous amount of money in terms of a penalty. You know, he may have to post a bond and collateralize some of his real estate to meet the amount. The interest already is $98 million. That's $87,000 a day in growing interest on a $355 million judgment that is already at $500 million. So, you know, the other part of this is Supreme Court has a habit of taking cases like this, outrageous judgments, and knocking it down. They do so sometimes under the Eighth Amendment, part of the Bill of Rights, excessive fines that the founders were so worried about.
Can you imagine getting up every morning thinking, okay, it's Friday, I have to pay $87,000 today in interest? That would be crazy.
Yeah, it's absurd. Good to see you, bud. Welcome to the Low Country.
Thank you very much. It's great I had some shrimp and grits last night.
Did you? Were they good?
Fantastic. And there's some grits over there by the scrambled eggs and bacon.
I'm going to grab them.
All right, Greg, thank you.
Good to see you.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.